Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and Liverpool are about to complete the signing of Zubimendi and I'm gutted, absolutely gutted. You know, we talk about best in class at Manchester United and we talk about, changing under Ineos and this new transfer structure, but there is no pleasure I take in being in this situation again. It's happened countless times now. Fabinho, years ago, thought he'd be a great player, went to Liverpool and he was. Darwin Núñez went to Liverpool. Look, some people would laugh at that one, but I genuinely would have took him at Manchester United. And this one, Zubimendi, and people are saying he's not signed yet, Do you watch football? Do you understand football? And do you know how it works? Because when Liverpool move in on a player this quick, they end up holding a Liverpool shirt. And I understand some Liverpool fans might go, well, until he's holding up the shirt, I won't believe it. But come on, we've played the game. We know what's happening here. Liverpool are ridiculously efficient when they move in on a deal. And they've moved in on this deal. All the Spanish reports are basically saying that the only way this falls through is if Zubimendi decides not to go. And yet, all the other reports are saying Zubimendi really wants to play in the Premier League and has been sold on the Liverpool vision. Why is he so good? We'll talk about that in a moment. Why are Liverpool so efficient at transfers? Well, look, they might not have the wealth of a Manchester City or even a Newcastle or, 100 million on Declan Rice like Arsenal did. But when they do move, it's quick, it's efficient, and the deal will get done. I don't like saying those words. As a Manchester United fan, Liverpool are our biggest rival. Therefore, technically, they're our biggest enemy. There is real dislike in the fan base, and it works both ways. But I also love football, and I look at football and go, I've seen this film before. I know how it's going to plan out. And Liverpool haven't done any business. I mean, I literally did a video on this last Saturday about Arne Slot and Liverpool. And I said, very, very clear what Liverpool are doing. Arne Slot, continuity from Jurgen Klopp, a month with the team to look at it, which had a lot of potential last season anyway. He'll look at that team with the squad, with the structure, with the people in power, and then at the end of that tour, they'll go, we need this, and we don't need that. And that's clearly what they've done. And now they're going to go and take Zubimendi, who, without doubt, is one of the most potentially engaging and transformative midfielders in European football at the moment who isn't playing for a top side. Obviously, he came on in the final and did very well for Spain, ultimately as Rodri's understudy, which in itself is a pretty good thing to have on your CV. But being at Real Sociedad, he doesn't play for Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid or Barcelona. That step up is there. And I think Arsenal looked at him. Man United have looked at him. I think PSG looked at him. So he is a player with pedigree potential that has been identified as that player that, if he comes into the Premier League and plays well for Liverpool and at Christmas you get the crap pundits, you know the ones I'm talking about going, where did Liverpool get him from? All of us will go, well, we know where they got him from. He always had the potential for this. It was about where he was going to end up. And I think that's why, for me, I'm gutted that he's ending up at Liverpool because I think similarly to Fabinho when he was at Monaco, and actually, I think Zubimendi comes in with a better reputation, actually. There is that real potential, game changer potential to come in and do really, really well. And obviously, as we spoke about last week, the way Liverpool play with that double pivot, or even if he changes that, Zubimendi fits that role absolutely perfectly. Possession-wise, he is elite. Obviously, he's got to get up to grips with the tenacity and speed of the Premier League. But when it comes to taking the ball off the back four and controlling the ball, possession-wise, that'll be like a duck to water. So apparently, Liverpool are going to pay the £50 million release clause, which takes Sociedad out of the game anyway. They can't say no. So really, it can be a very quick, efficient deal for Liverpool, which is what they tend to do when they decide to do business. And they've lost nothing by waiting until August to do business, by the way, because no one else is really doing any business. So really, Liverpool looking at the moment very good in pre-season, made one of the signings of the summer when this is official, and have a very good squad with a new manager looking at the future going, you know, what potential is there? And there is a lot of potential. So yeah, you can sense I'm not as excited as I would normally be on a video because I'm talking about Liverpool, but there is an admiration for what they're doing. I mean, look, I'm not getting into the politics of Liverpool. I know Liverpool fans have a mixed bag opinion on their actual ownership, but you can't not admire what Jurgen Klopp built. And you therefore can't not admire the fact that Arne Slot is taking over a squad with a hell of a lot of potential and experience. And when you're adding in a player like that, sometimes it's quality over quantity as well. I don't know that Liverpool needed to, just because they've got a new manager, sell 5 players and buy 8. I think that could have been the worst thing they did. I think there's a real clear blueprint from Klopp, and you just add 1 or 2 to it and maybe sell 1 or 2. And it's going to be very interesting to see what they can do. And as I said, you know, I've just done the video on the United Stand about the mess Man United are making of their midfield at the moment. And look, straight away, when you look at the midfields in the Premier League, I think Chelsea's is decent, but it just doesn't gel. Man City's is obviously very good. Arsenal's is very, very good. But so is Liverpool's. I mean, Liverpool did invest in their midfield last year with Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai. They're a year older. You've got people like Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones supplementing that. And then you've got someone like Zubimendi coming in who is ready to go straight away. I think Liverpool's midfield is looking very, very strong, and it's going to be such a fundamental part of what Arne Slot's doing. And £50 million is a lot of money, by the way. But it's a bit like what Man City do when they bought Vardiel last year for 90. If it's pretty much your only signing, loads of clubs are going to spend more than £50 million on 4 or 5 players. Liverpool, it sounds like a lot, but if that's basically Liverpool's signing for the summer, you almost become like Man City, where you can spend that bit extra on 1 player because you're only going to buy 1 or 2 players. I think it's a really clever deal. I mean, there's no guarantees. But you know, begrudgingly, it just looks like another efficient, quick deal. And I think, you know, trying to move away from my Manchester United bias, he is a player that in the Premier League should be a real asset to it as well. I just worry what that means, because I thought Alexi McAllister last season, for the vast majority of it, was superb. If you're going to play McAllister and Zubimendi as your pivot, I mean, if they're not wearing a Liverpool shirt and they're wearing a Brighton shirt or a Spurs shirt and they're not really that offensive to me, I'd be saying, what a midfield 2. So I've got to say, what a midfield 2 that is. And they've got other options as well. I think it's a fantastic signing for Liverpool, and I think that, you know, yet again, they've shown that when they move for something, they tend to get it very, very quickly. Get your comments in below, smash a like on the video and subscribe. I'll speak to you on the next one.